A Royal Australian Air Force McDonnell Douglas FA-18 Hornet, capable of Mach 1.8, flies over Omaka Aerodrome. This is Friday, 19th of April 2019, and I'm here to attend the Friday practice day at the Classic Fighters Omaka Airshow. Omaka is near Blenheim, on the northeast corner of the South Island. In addition to the RAAF Hornet, we watched a squadron of Yak-52s and some vintage aircraft. But this video isn't about the Omaka Airshow. Rather, it's about crossing the Cook Strait and the things you might experience on the way to the South Island. The day before, I flew Echo Victor Echo, Eve, a Tectum Sierra Mark II from West Auckland Airport to Parapara Umu. I was accompanied by John Crone, flying Tango Zulu Sierra, another Tectum Sierra. Both are powered by 100 horsepower Rotax 4-cylinder engines. However, John's has a retractable undercarriage, while mine is fixed. The journey consisted of 3 legs. The first, flying from Parakai to Wanganui, mostly along the coast, although we flew overland across some wild country to the east of Mount Taranaki. Not many places to land there. For the second leg, we flew Wanganui to Parapara Umu, where we fueled up and stayed Thursday night. Friday morning, we got up early to make the trip from Parapara Umu to Omaka, our third and final crossing Cook Strait, my very first Cook Strait crossing. I'll explain later why there appears to be a knot in the track. Just before I reached the mainland, I had to do an important course adjustment. In this video, I'll show you what the southwest coast of the North Island is like, and the strait, and the landing at Omaka. We pick up the story at Parapara Umu Airport, departing south along runway 16.
I'm finally away.
A little later, as I approached Cape Terafiti, I saw the West Wind farm with its 62 turbines. I also encountered some low cloud with base at about 1,500 feet. This immediately scuppered my plans, which were to stay higher, above 2,000 feet. I'm going to speed the video up about 4 times. My plane normally cruises at about 100 knots. It's almost 185 kilometers an hour. So it will seem like we are traveling 750 kilometers an hour, almost 2/3 the speed of sound.
Caution, terrain.
On your left, you can see some of the turbines of the West Wind farm. There's an interesting patch of fog on the hilltop, but more important to me is the low cloud ahead that I must go under. I was planning to ask Wellington Approach for permission to climb to 4,000 feet and higher in their airspace, but with the cloud base at 1,500 feet, it looked like I was going to make an ultra-low crossing of Cook Strait whether I liked it or not. But as I got closer to Cape Terafiti, I could see some patches of blue out towards the southeast, suggesting an opportunity to climb higher in VFR conditions. As I get close to Ohau Point on Cape Terafiti, you can see on the left another cluster of turbines from the West Wind farm. After passing Cape Terafiti, I turned more easterly to get out from under this cloud and cross the strait for White Bluffs. I could just make out this landmark in the distance. As you can see, the cloud is becoming more sparse. Just over 1/3 of the way across, I climbed higher to just over 2,000 feet, staying below the 2,500 foot lower limit of Wellington airspace. I'm returning the video back to normal speed. While climbing, I passed alongside a small cloud. I could see around it and through it too. While doing this, I encountered a strange phenomenon, a shadow of the airplane projected onto the cloud that was surrounded by a halo. Apparently this is called a glory, an optical phenomenon caused by sunlight interacting with water droplets in the cloud. You see circular bands of color, not quite the same thing as a rainbow. It is associated with the shadow of the plane on the cloud. The glory plus the shadow is called the pilot's glory. Keep your eyes peeled, you'll see it appear next to the wheel. I'll repeat this sequence with the video running much slower. I'll speed the video up by 4 times for the remainder of the straight crossing. Looking down from the plane onto the water, you can see waves and whitecaps. It was nice to see the great weather ahead of me. I'm now about 5 nautical miles to the northeast of White Bluffs, and here I'm showing you the remainder of the track that takes me across the big lagoon. Then we'll see off the starboard wing the city of Blenheim, followed by Omaka Aerodrome. As I came close to White Bluffs, I realized that I'd made a mistake. At about 2,000 feet, I was about to enter RNZAF Woodburn airspace. This starts at 1,500 feet altitude. So I executed a descending turn to the right, bringing Eve to below the 1,500 foot lower level of Woodburn airspace.
Omaka radio, Harvard 76, as part of that formation, we'll follow number 3, right base, 30, just passing or just approaching the water tank.
Harvard 76, roger. Zulu Foxtrot 7 is to the south of the water tanks, just orbiting to core engines. Zulu Foxtrot, roger.
I am now starting the descending turn to the right.
Echo, Victor Echo, what's your aircraft type?
Aircraft is a Tectum Sierra P-Type 2002, Echo Victor Echo.
Okay, just caution a Devon orbiting around the water tank.
Somebody's orbiting the water tank, Echo Victor Echo.
You can hear the nervous trepidation in my voice as I respond to Omaka radio. Having never landed here before, I was well and truly focused on the task ahead.
Roger.
Omaka traffic, Quebec Sierra, Highway base, landing center 30. We'll be clearing into a...
Caution, terrain
Quebec
ahead.
Sierra, roger.
That's a very strangely familiar voice.
Really?
And radio, Harvard 76 will follow 60, around for a left base, 30.
Understood.
Omaka traffic, Echo Victor Echo is White Cliffs, 1,300 feet, tracking Omaka.
Echo Victor Echo, call again at the water tank for the runway.
We'll call again to water tanks for runway, Echo Victor Echo.
I didn't immediately land. Rather, I called Omaka and told them that I'd remain in the air for a small while, flying west on this track before returning for landing, and that I'd call them when at the water tank landmark everybody has been referring to. So we're now traveling over the big lagoon, and soon we'll be looking down the starboard wing at Blenheim City. But there you can see the city of Blenheim off the starboard wing, and very soon we'll be seeing, just beyond Blenheim, we can now see the runways of Omaka Aerodrome, where we'll be landing. Here you can see 2 charts. The one on the left is the usual Omaka chart, and the one on the right is the chart that is operational during the air show. This displays the frequency for Omaka radio, and we can also see that runways 01 and 0 and 19 have been temporarily converted to aircraft parking zones and other amenities. Now I have to cut to my landing at runway 30. So now I've cut to the final landing at runway 30. There will be a bike coming out to meet me that will guide me to my aircraft parking.
Echo Victor Alpha, correction Echo Victor Echo, just vacate right and follow the little quad bike. Follow me sign just off your right hand side there.
We'll vacate right and follow the quad bike. Echo Victor Echo.
So there in front of the aircraft you can now see a little quad bike escorting me to my aircraft parking, and directly ahead you can also see the stands for the people who are there to attend and watch the air show that is about to start. Well, that's a trip from Paraparaumu to Omaka on 19th of April 2019. A trip that actually started at Parakai West Auckland Airport. Across the ditch for the first time, an Echo Victor Echo. Hope you enjoyed the trip, and I'll see you next time for the next trip.
Joining, confirm.
Copy, not active, and standard joining for runway 30 in use.